What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Thank you for watching this video. This is going to be something new. You'll notice new location. I am currently in Florida with my family. Whoop, whoop. This is my cousin, the Johnny Legend. We write FRAT League together, Freshman Footsteps. If you haven't read it already, the link is down in the description. We've been working on this story together for like, what, 6 months now?
Yeah, about 6 months.
It's going pretty well.
Killing it.
So what we're going to do today is like a mukbang, get to know me. We've got some pretty good food. Lemonade, standard. Strawberry milk, because calories. We went to Polo Tropical. We had no choice. When
it's called Pollo Tropical, but it's the English version.
Polo Tropical.
Yeah. Pollo.
Pollo.
Spanish for chicken.
I should even know that.
You
I used to
should
work
know
in a
that.
Spanish
Jeez.
restaurant. Yeah, so this is what I got. Super carby, chicken, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes and gravy, and a bread roll. And then for dessert, a cookie, of course.
She wanted that cookie.
So bad. He was like, maybe no cookie. Like, so I texted him to ask for my order. And I was like, yeah, I want this and a cookie. And he was like, maybe no cookie. And then I was like, why no cookie? Also, what time will you be here? And all he texted me back was the time he was going to be here. So I didn't think there would be a cookie.
You keep it vague. Well, I have the healthy version. Rice, chicken, and beans. A little bit of carbs, but no mac and cheese and
yeah.
fried chicken. No, this is grilled. So you can see I'm the healthy cousin and she's not so much.
Not so healthy. I look like a total tramp today as well. Normally I've got all my hair and makeup done for when I have these videos. But today I'm in like your mum's old sweatshirt with dirty cuffs.
You rocking good.
Yeah, gym shorts.
Rocking it well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we should get started with the questions.
All right.
I'm going to try this sauce. Apparently it's barbecue sauce.
It's
but
a guave barbecue.
A guave.
Yes.
What is a guave?
I think it's grown off a plant. I think tequila's made with a guave nectar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, is it like sugar?
It's like a sweet with a hint of spice. Right? Mind blowing. Thank your taste buds later for me.
It just tastes like barbecue sauce.
Shut up, okay? It's better than that.
It's good though.
Yeah.
We should have got napkins.
Oh, bam!
Oh my god.
Clutch.
Thank you.
I know you're a sloppy eater, so.
Yeah. I am now, apparently.
I was like freaking out because she's like, we gotta go eat in the bed. And I was like such a table eater. I always have to eat like a proper meal on the table. She's like, no, we're eating in the bedroom. I'm like, had to make my own dish so I didn't spill it everywhere.
Yeah.
She's just crumbs.
This is how opposite we are. I'm like, yeah, give me loads of carbs. I want loads of fatty food. I want to eat it in comfort. And then Johnny's there like, oh, I got to make sure my gains. I need no carb gains. What do you mean I have to be a messy eater?
Lean gains only. So yeah, this is definitely out of my comfort zone, but doing it for you guys.
That's how much he cares about you guys. Well, the reason we needed to be in the bedroom anyway was because in the rest of the house there's like loads of animals. So there's noise, and his mum's still awake.
Pretty much a mini zoo out there. We have chickens, wild chickens running around, dogs, and I think I even saw a wild zebra out there.
Yeah, me too. It might have just been a horse, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Was it the lighting? I don't know. What gave it stripes?
I don't know. Oh my god, I'm about to try the mashed potato. It's got gravy on it already. English people know how weird that is.
Pre-mixed. Less steps, you know.
Yeah, less steps. Laziness, America all over. Kidding, guys.
Right? Damn Brits.
Oh my goodness, this is so buttery.
That's probably right up your alley.
It is really good. I really need to. I need to ask a question, but I'm just like, wow. Okay. Do you want to unlock your phone? I'd never ask him for his PIN. That's one thing you don't ask Johnny Legend, the PIN to unlock his phone.
I cannot reveal. Alright, question.
Do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
Is there like a hybrid? It really depends on the situation and where I'm at. I would say I'm more naturally extroverted, like social outgoing. But I do have my introverted ways. Like there's some days where I don't want to talk to anyone and I just want to be by myself and collect my thoughts. But more times than not, I like to be out in public and communicating with people and
showing your face,
showing my face, getting my FaceTime in. But
giving the people what they want.
Give them what they want, you know. I'm just a pleaser, a crowd pleaser. But I have some introverted ways, but I would say I'm more extroverted than introverted. All right, you're up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Are you religious or spiritual?
That's a difficult question because I definitely believe in a God, and like I think Jesus Christ was real, but I'm just not sure about everything. I'm very confused and conflicted.
Well, let me follow up. Do you think there's a life beyond this life? You think this, like, our bodies are just kind of a vehicle, and but there's like a spirit inside of us that
definitely
lives on?
Yeah, so like I believe in like the afterlife. I believe like that God created the world and like the Big Bang happened, but it was God that created it, and like God is energy. But I'm just like, I'm not sure how to say it eloquently yet. So
all right, we'll take that.
My general ideas. Here, let me find.
All right. At what point do I get to eat in this
yeah, we'll just like eat and go.
You're just starving me. Told me it's this. What do we call this? A pot?
Muck.
Pot muck.
No. There's no pot. There is no pot.
There's a tray, you know, we're going to do tray muck.
So it's called a mukbang. It's MUKBANG.
Mukbang, yes. So she's been telling me about this mukbang all week that I'm going to get to eat all this loads of food. And I've had 2 bites so far, as you've noticed. It's quite the struggle. Oh gosh.
I know.
I just took the password off.
That's a good idea.
But I can't.
But I won't.
I won't. There you go. So I told her originally pollo tropical. She's like, ew, gross. She didn't even look at the menu, and then she like finally she wasn't getting her way because I'm like, no, we're not going to Wendy's or McDonald's or any other fast food place. She's like, oh, I looked at the menu. It's actually pretty good.
That's total truth as well. It's exactly what happened. Because earlier today I was out with his mum. I was like, yeah, I want to get some lunch. Let's get Wendy's. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah, I know. Wendy's just up here. It wasn't Wendy's. It was Pollo Tropical. Because Wendy's is closed down. And I was like, and she was like, oh, yeah, no, that's just chicken and rice. It's not very good. And I was like, I don't want that. And she was like, okay, we'll go to Chipotle instead. So we went to Chipotle. And then I've just been said, I found out about Pollo Tropical because I wanted it to be Wendy's. And I got told it was shit by your mum.
Well, she lied.
Yeah, and then
she
Mike was like, oh my god, it's all so bad.
What does he know? He doesn't even eat.
That's true. That's true.
Simple Jack.
Which parent are you closer to and why?
Ooh. Guilty as charged. I'm definitely a mama's boy. I'm the youngest of 2. Maybe she kept me on the nipple too long. No, I'm kidding, folks. Kidding. Just joke. It's good banter. I don't know. She's just always, me and her have had like a special connection our whole life. I mean, not to say that like I obviously love my dad with all my heart. There's just a little special connection between us two, and
my heart.
I know. How could a mama's boy stray so far?
Yeah.
Become such a bad boy. It happens, folks, all right? Watch your kids out there. But yeah, definitely a mama's boy.
Watch your daughters. And your aunts and your moms.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
Hide them all. Okay, so this is the mac and cheese.
Ooh, this is a good one. Very relevant. Is what you're doing now what you've always wanted to do?
Absolutely. Like literally all my life I've wanted to be a writer, like forever. I didn't know like how or like for what. And when I was a kid, obviously the internet wasn't really much of a thing. Oh my god, I feel so old.
She's old.
I'm not that old. I'm like 24. Not that old. Still a little bit old. Anyway, yeah, I always wanted to be an author, like write my own books or whatever. And there's no other job that I would switch this for. I just can't think of anything else I would do. So it's great.
Yeah, and I would say, like, I never knew I was a writer. Like, I've always had a creative mind. And, like, as far as, like, thinking of ideas outside the box, I always questioned the status quo. But until I met Bronte, you know, it was such a weird event that she came here. I haven't seen her in 9 years. And
mental.
Yeah. Asked her what she does, and she's explaining, oh, I'm a writer. I write for this app, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, no way, like I've always liked writing, but I've never had like a platform where I felt like I could write and get exposure. And then she told me all about episodes. And that's like one night we were just spitballing back and forth like a couple ideas, and that's how Frat League was born. And here we are 6 months into it.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
It's so crazy that because we speak on Facebook like for a few years. Like he used to come to, I live in England, he lives in Florida. And for a while, when we were kids, like they'd come to England every year. And then that stopped when I was like 14, 13, I don't know, like young. And we'd just say like happy birthday on Facebook or whatever, or like Merry Christmas. But then we started talking more regularly, like online. And then I was like, I found out that my mum and my sister were coming to see them, and they didn't invite me. So then I got all like stubborn and moody, and I was like, fine, I'm going to go on my own. So I booked flights just to come out kind of to spite them. And it was great. It worked out great. And here I am. Wait.
Back again.
Yeah, back again for a month this time. Do you usually stay friends with your exes?
Ooh, that's a loaded question there.
Yeah.
That really depends. Well, I've only had 3 exes in my life.
Really?
Yeah. When Johnny dates, he dates serious, you know.
Damn.
Obviously, you would always like for the relationship to end on a friendly note and remain friends with them, but in some situations that's just not possible. But if I had the choice, I would like to remain friends. But it's still hard, you know, getting out of a relationship and still being friends with someone and knowing what they're up to, who they're hanging out with, and what they're doing. That's the tough part. But like later down the road, you obviously want to, when you've shared so much time and memories with someone, you'd like to remain friends, but that's not, you know.
So out of your 3 exes, how many do you still talk to as friends?
0. Well, like I'm not like day-to-day friends, like, you know, Instagram friends or whatever millennials do nowadays. We're friends.
Goddamn millennials.
I'm friends with them on Snapchat. But yeah, I don't communicate with them, any of them, on a regular basis. But like birthdays and stuff, you'll say hi and happy belated, because I always forget things.
Yeah, that's very
They're just
true.
not important in my life anymore.
Who cares about them?
Who
No
really
one
cares?
cares.
Not living in the past, you know.
Yeah, you just got
Oh,
Johnny Legend likes.
she wants to give me a shout out. She's like, all my followers are due to her. The perks of being cousins of a episode legend. Ooh. What's the animated thing that called when they do when they whip back their hair? It's like pinpoint prop or something on episodes.
Oh, yeah, primp, neutral.
Primp, yeah.
Primp, neutral.
Yeah.
And look, do you see how he gets episode now?
I'm in it. It took me like a while to get it, because like she's like, oh, just do the animation, won't take you that long. I'm like 4 hours in. I'm like, Jesus, like this is such daunting. But now like I've got the hang of it. Like you just type it and it pops up. So
Yeah,
easier.
when we first started writing together, so we write Frat League like pretty much, I'd say equal. I do a lot of the directing and the coding, and Johnny does a lot of the dialogue. I'm trying to teach him like so he can do it all on his own if he wants to do it on his own, like for future stories and stuff. You know, like teach a man how to fish or give a man a fish, whatever that thing is. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching him how to fish.
Yeah, I can feed myself.
And yeah, so I would like give him like little tasks at a time, like adding the music in or doing the audio. And I was like, okay, yeah, what will actually speed things up for me a lot if you add the animations to the dialogue? Don't worry, it normally takes me about 20 minutes. He's there like 6 hours later, like.
I know. I was like, I don't like this anymore. I think I'm changing my career path.
I don't want to play anymore.
I'm done. Ooh, do I have a question for you? Would you relocate for love?
Absolutely, that's not even
I mean, you've been trying to get your green card for like your whole life now. So she's like, oh, any friends you have, I will marry them right now.
Yeah, have you got any green cards like? I mean, boys like around?
Yeah. Which is a funny story, because my mom's obviously English, and she moved here to be a nanny, and she met my dad on the first night. She asked him to marry her, and I was like, geez, did you like find that spark like right about? She's like, no, really, I just wanted my green card.
Yeah. And
like 20 years down the road, I found that out. I was like, Jesus, you savage, but I like it.
Yeah, 30 years later, and they're happily
so
divorced.
Spitting image over here. Speaking of friends being exes, though, they're still like great friends.
Yeah, that's
She still
true.
does his taxes, so.
Yeah.
Gotta trust the woman with your finances.
Oh yeah, they are still good friends. We were horse riding. This is how cool it is here. We were horse riding yesterday and we were going around the country park. She was like, oh, we're going to ride around the back of Dennis's house. That's my uncle's name. And yeah, we saw him then.
He's your funkle.
Funkle. Why?
Your fun uncle.
Oh yeah, Funkle. I thought you were going to be like fake uncle because he's not technically my uncle anymore.
No man, I'm just hitting you with the banter. Obviously went way overhead like carry on luggage.
Love that line so much.
Alright, I'm up.
What's your biggest regret in life?
Right? No one wants to live with regrets, but we have them. Let's see. It's like the one internal debate you can never win, right? The what if.
Yeah.
The what if regret.
Never marrying for that. Too late now.
Too late, she's gone. No, I would say that so about 4 years ago I started my own technology startup and ended up raising like $160,000 for it, and stubbornly out the gates didn't listen to my mentor and try to develop it on 2 different platforms, Android and iOS, which is like a much more expensive route to go because you're developing on 2 different ones, so you need an Android developer and an iOS developer, so it kind of doubles your cost. And really with a startup you want to minimize your costs and extend your runway as long as you can. Like that 160,000, you wanted to really focus on one platform, test it, get everything right. But I didn't listen to my mentor, and we ended up burning through all the money before we could get it out, so I never got to see it to fruition. Yeah, it still hurts me today. I will get back to that startup, don't worry. It's still on my dream list. I'm gonna get back to it, but yeah, I would say that's my biggest regret, is not listening to my mentor and doing it on one platform, because who knows what would happen if I'd done that and where I'd be.
You wouldn't be an episode of that. We wouldn't be sat here together right now.
This is true. I'd be on the beach drinking Mai Tais. Like, screw you, Bronte. You could write your own books. Kidding. I love episodes, but that's my biggest regret to this date.
That's so funny. Yeah, you, Bronte. I don't need you anymore.
I'm good.
Hilarious. That sucks, though. What was the app?
So it was called Salt Rights. It was a fishing and hunting app that allowed you to compete with other users in the area. We developed the software where you take a picture of the fish and would measure the exact like length and girth and give you an estimated weight.
Could you take pictures of stuff that weren't fish?
I don't even want to know where your mind's going, but sure, you know, whatever you want. But yeah,
you'll be able to do it.
But I will say, every failure is a learning experience. So to have failed is to have learned what it takes to succeed. So never be afraid to jump into something based on a fear of failure, because the more you fail, the more you'll learn. And after that, it's just going to become much more easier the second time around. All right, ready for your question?
Mm-hmm.
What is your strangest dream ever?
I have weird dreams all the time. Do you know who Joe Rogan is?
The legend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
love his stand-up, by the way.
Yeah, he's amazing. So I don't remember if it was last night or the night before. I think it was the night before last night. I had a dream that I was at a theatre, like watching some show like stand-up or something like that. And I was in the crowd and I saw Joe Rogan. And I was like, oh my god, hey! And we became friends, and he was like, oh yeah, here's my number, you should call me sometime. And I was like, okay, Joe Rogan. And it was like 4 or 5 days later in my dream, and I called him up, and I got really nervous. I was like, hi, is this Joe Rogan? And he was like, yeah, speaking. Who's this? And I was like, oh, hi, yeah, it's Bronte. And he was like, who? And I was like, we met at the theatre a few days ago. And he was like, nah, I can't remember you. And I was like, nah, you know, I'm tall, I got long brown hair, I'm quite pale. And he was like, don't know who you are. And I was like, oh.
Unforgettable.
Okay.
Oh, very forgettable. Actually.
Yeah. And then that was it.
That was it? Well, what a letdown.
Yeah, I just got let down. Like, it was just a really sad, disappointing dream. Joe Rogan doesn't like me. Joe Rogan, if you're watching this, please message me. I love you.
Don't message her. She's crazy. Message me. Not like that. Like, I want to be bros with him. Like, you know.
I want to marry you, Joe Rogan. But also, I'd be a bro if marriage isn't an option.
Exactly.
I'm getting crumbs on the bed.
It's your bed, so anyways, I don't have to sleep in it. You made your bed, now lay in it.
I actually made it today too, so I can just push the...
This is a first. Ooh, Instagram. Girl just slid in my DM.
Oh yeah, I need to ask you a question.
Oh, do you? How many questions do we gotta ask?
Maybe a couple more.
Maybe a couple more?
If you could do one thing without suffering the consequences, what would it be?
If I could do one thing without suffering the consequences. I don't know why this is like first thing that comes to mind, but like rob a bank.
I was thinking the same
seems like
thing
it would
for
be
you.
one hell of like adrenaline rush. You know, one of my favorite movies is Point Break.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's way back. It's old school, but it's like old school Keanu Reeves, and it's like the surfer movie where these surfers they go town to town and rob banks, and it just looked like the funnest thing ever. Like, so if I could do that, I'd probably rob a bank. Obviously not get caught, but even if I did get caught, I'd still get away.
Yeah, no consequences.
Yeah. It's like playing Monopoly, get out of jail free card.
Yeah, and also you could use the money to pay for your own startup and get the app going.
Exactly. There we go.
Now I want to get in on this. Let's rob some banks.
We can be the next Bronte and Clyde.
Bronte and Clyde, yeah.
Bonnie and Clyde.
That's good. You have to legally change your name to Clyde now.
I don't know if I'll be getting much ladies with the name Clyde. I'm a Clydesdale. I'm like a horse.
That tickled me, that did.
Trying to keep it PG.
Okay,
Alright.
your question.
I think the question is just to be all about me, you know? That's who they're truly interested in.
So true.
Kidding. You remember a time in your life that you felt most alive? Duh, this moment.
Right now,
In
man.
this moment. I'm gonna make up my own question because I'm going off the cuff here. What qualities do you look for in a best friend?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd say the main one. Qualities. Oh, you said two. Great. I don't have to just pick one. Loyalty is like number one. Like, I'm not like a half-assed person. If I do something, I go in, like, I'm totally full on everything, if that makes sense. So, like, when I have a friend, like, if I have a best friend, they're like my bestie for life. So, like, Katrina's probably my actual, like, real-life best friend.
Shout out.
Woohoo, Katrina! But, like, she's 100% loyal to me. Like, I know that I will always not be her number one, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I always trust her in every situation. I know that she's always going to have my back and stand by my side, and it's never going to do me dirty.
This might be a little controversial, but do you think the episode community lacks loyalty?
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, mic drop.
On the record, no, they're all awesome. Off the record, they suck. We're coming for you guys. Kidding.
I think people change that. Woo! We've just alienated the whole episode community.
We're going to be isolated. As you know, your story's been banned.
No! Yeah, I think there is a slight problem in the episode community where people, like, just love to hop on, like, the next drama or whatever without any thought about who the person really is or whatever, and then people can say, you know, it's all just kind of childish drama a lot of the time, like, when it does come to loyalty.
I mean, I'm new to the community because I don't really know the ins and outs of it, but I would think between authors there could be some competition competitive because, you know, there are only so many spaces in the top trending category, and
yeah,
really if you're making a living off this, it's sometimes, like any industry, can be cutthroat.
Yeah, that's totally true. That's totally true. See, this is the logical voice. I'm such an emotional person. I'm like, how could they possibly say that to me or do that to me? And you're like, nah, competition.
I bring the logic.
That's why it's good to have boys involved.
So yeah, when we were writing the story, she's like, I love writing with you because you're giving a boy's perspective. You know, I always write it, you know. And then I'm always asking her because she's like, oh, write these scenes. And I was like, I don't know what a girl's thinking in this very moment. Like, it's not my specialty, right?
Yeah.
I know what guys do.
That's why it's good for, like, us to work as a team. And this is why I think it's great to, like, collab with stories. Because no matter how good, like, an author is or how well you can write, you can't write from a perspective that you have no idea of. And me and John are like real opposites in people. Like, I'm sure if we weren't related, I'd probably hate you.
Most girls do.
Yeah, exactly my point. Exactly my point. So the fact that we're related and we can work together really helps me like understand the bad boy, if that makes sense. Not, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying.
get
Like,
an in-depth
understand,
look, you know.
yeah, the playboy and be able to write it better and yeah. Right, it's my turn to ask you a question.
Oh.
Would you rather be loved or love? So would you rather love someone and then not love you back, or have someone love you but you don't love them back?
Both. Well,
You can't have both!
I would choose to love someone unconditionally and not, you know, I think that's true love in its essence, right? If you love someone just for the reasoning of loving and you don't expect anything back from it, which is like very rare nowadays. Like, if you think about it, like anything you do, there's a reason behind it. There's no such thing anymore, I think, is unconditional. Like every action I can say that I take, there's a motive behind it. There's a reasoning, you know, even if it's it sounds pretty bad. Like,
I'm so scared.
Like, I don't know, it just seems like there's not much unconditional. People aren't acting unconditional anymore. There's always, like, especially with this day and era of social media and stuff, like, you know, going out liking someone's photo. Like, are you just liking it to like it, like, to provide them, like, happiness? Or are you liking it for an alternative motive?
Yeah. This is what gets
yeah.
me so paranoid about guys. Like, so I'm recently single, and obviously I'm getting into the dating world, and it's so scary because there's guys like this out there, and it's like everything they do, there's a reason behind it, and you don't know what the reason is because they lie. They all lie.
Women are doing the same thing. If not, you guys are worse. You just hide
so,
it. Hide
this
it
isn't
better.
about me.
You just hide it better.
This is not about me right now. This is about you and your race. I mean, your sex.
My sex. We are to blame, you know?
Yeah.
The destruction of all mankind.
I'm trying to use Face ID on your phone. I'm like, why isn't it recognizing my face?
I don't think we look that similar. I'm a little prettier. Kidding.
A little thinner as well. I've put on a bit of weight. I don't know what your passcode is.
Your word's not mine, but it's true.
So mean. It's so cruel.
Don't worry, she's gonna be running 8 miles tomorrow thanks to this guy. It's motivation, you know, indirect motivation.
Tough love.
Tough love.
Okay, last question. How would your best friend describe you in 5 words?
Loyal.
Mm-hmm.
Selfish. It's contradicting, right? He's loyal, but he's selfish. How does he do it? How does he do it?
He's selfless and selfish at the same time. Okay, so loyal, selfish.
Funny.
Mm-hmm.
I would say very positive. What are we at, 4?
Yeah.
And then we got to end on the 5th one. Dependable.
Dependable.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know how dependable you are though.
Hey, if he says he's got 3 girls with him, I'm there.
So when I came to Florida in September, John took me out for the night. He was like, "I'll show you a great night. We'll go out on the town. We'll go out with some of my friends. We'll have such a great time." By midnight, he's got really drunk and he's gone home in an Uber with some girl who's a total bitch. And I'm meant to be staying at his house. I don't know his address, and I'm out there with nobody I know at all.
I left her in good company.
Yeah. I went skinny dipping in the beach at 3 o'clock in the morning, not knowing that there was sharks.
I mean, it's
great.
It's
It was
ocean.
great.
It's
You're
an
so
ocean,
dependable.
you know? Dependable. Dependably, not so dependably dependable. There you go.
Dear. Okay, well, you haven't even finished eating.
No,
I had a
man.
whole meal.
Yeah, I got a lot of food left.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, it was great. This was fun. This is my first
Mukbang.
mukbang. 8 times the charm, I guess.
Yeah.
And,
it's like me and learning how to drive.
yeah. I hope you guys had a good time and hope you've learned a little more about me and Bronte. And we look forward to getting your feedback, any questions you have, and definitely excited about you guys reading our story and letting know what you think.
Yeah, definitely. Don't forget to comment down below if you want to see some more videos with the two of us. I'm going to be in Florida for a little bit now, so I'm going to have loads of opportunity to do loads of videos out here. So let me know what you want to see. And don't forget to subscribe. There's a subscribe button somewhere.
Is that
I don't know
I'm
where
like
it is.
Zorro over here.
Okay. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.